Okay.
Moving on.
So now we have gone to the main event. Our top 10 films of 2015.
Wow.
So, let's just get right into it. Who wants to go first with their number 10?
I can.
Okay,
if
good.
We're all gonna
Do it.
Sure.
let me. All right. Number 10. Wow,
I'm excited.
Finally get to share this.
Yeah.
We're talking about this.
Been hiding this forever. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
we've.
And
had our
I feel
list
like I
quite a bit.
Are you happy with your list?
I am,
Yeah.
but like there's so much in like my top 15 that I also love.
Yeah.
My top.
I'll give you the
25
top
is
15
hard.
after it.
Yeah. We'll do honorable mentions afterwards.
Well, no, I'll just tell you what the top
Okay.
15 is. I'll tell you what 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is, but I want to do it after this. So,
Okay.
Number 10, this will give you an idea of how hard this list was for me.
Okay.
It's Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight.
Oh,
Huh. Okay.
cool.
I love this film a lot. It's obviously really good.
Right.
The cinema. Okay, besides for Bob Richardson's bullshit Unmotivated Pools of Light,
Yeah.
the cinematography is great. The acting's excellent. It's a beautiful screenplay. Beautiful score. The score is amazing. And the 70mm projection experience of it with the
It's
with the
great.
pamphlet
Yeah.
and the intermission
Yeah.
and the overture,
Yeah.
that was all pure cinema and it was awesome. All right, keep it was great. I don't know really where it ranks for me as far as Tarantino. It's probably one of Tarantino's like.
Lesser.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, I like it more. Like I like the Kill Bill series doesn't really do anything for me. So that like
But
I
obviously
like it more than
above
like
Death
Kill
Proof.
Bill. Yeah, obviously above Death Proof, but like I don't think I like it more than like Django or like Inglourious Basterds.
yeah.
Have you seen Jackie Brown?
I haven't seen.
You
Jackie Brown.
have to.
I know.
That's one of his
I know.
best films.
I know. I hear that.
Yeah.
So Hateful Eight, great film.
Cool. I can go next.
Okay, go for it.
List was really hard to do, but
Yep,
I'm
yep.
very content with everything on here, and I stand by it all. So my number 10 is a little independent film called Spring.
Fuck? The fuck is that?
I talked about it on the show. Spring is a horror romance film about a guy who his mother dies from an illness, and he just wants to get away. So he flies to Spain, and he meets this girl. The girl has this kind of dark secret, and they just have this very romantic and realistic kind of relationship. And it's kind of optimistic in a weird way, but it's like a horror romance film, and it's just beautifully put together. I think it's wonderfully shot. It has great performances from the two leads, and I just really enjoyed it for what it is. And I think we don't get a lot of kind of unique horror romance films, you know, like this. It's a really unique kind of film, and I really enjoyed it. I was so enthralled by just
Go get a lot of gothic horror.
Inside jokes, people.
I love the journey that the guy goes through. So it's a really compelling film, and you should check it out. It's just one of my favorite films of the year.
Cool.
Wow. Okay, my number 10, Keaton, shut up. It's Joy.
I didn't see it.
I know,
can't
so
say
that's what I'm saying.
I didn't say anything.
Last time I brought it up, you were like, "You're wrong. That movie sucks." You haven't seen it, so you can't say that.
My number
Did I say
9 is
anything?
Dragon Ball Z. Resurrection F.
I thought you were gonna have it as burnt, and I was gonna be like, God damn.
No, Bert's gonna be higher.
Don't worry about that. No, I mean the whole movie is Jennifer Lawrence, and I thought, like prior to this, I've agreed with you guys. Like, she's good.
Yeah.
She just was super overrated in Silver Linings. Like, I mean, I don't remember who else was nominated, but okay, beside the point.
Right.
She was fucking great in this. She
Yeah.
was so good, like, just such a powerhouse. And I mean, it's a nice kind of symbolism between her acting the piece and her character, because the movie is about her character is to support her crazy mom, her deadbeat dad, her ex-husband, their 2 kids. She is the sole provider of this entire household, and likewise, she is the sole performance of this whole movie. It's
Right.
like everything feeds off of her energy and reciprocates. And so, I mean, if it was any actor who had done a poor job, this probably wouldn't be anywhere in my top 10. But I thought she was just so phenomenal that it's definitely my top 10, number 10 for the year. Yeah.
Nice. Number 9.
Also, I want to mention The Hateful Eight was at number 8 for a long time, which made me really happy. I fought pretty hard to keep it there,
Damn.
and then it didn't end up.
I'm happy with my list. Like my all-time list, 7's at 7, so
Nice.
I'm very happy with that one.
My number 9 is a little movie called Carol.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Lovely film.
Mm-hmm.
Great performances, like amazing performances by both
Yeah.
Rooney Mara and
My girl.
Kate Blanchett. It was Kate Blanchett, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep Blanchett.
My brain was like.
That's all good.
Yeah, great film, beautifully shot, beautiful everything. Really, really brilliant, intimate period piece that was very like subdued and really good storytelling without relying on drama
Right.
to sell the subject matter. Really, really liked it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
The number 9 spot was fought over by various films, but and this movie kept going in and out of my top 10 list. But until a recent rewatch, it made me really appreciate and love the film more, and that is Ridley Scott's The Martian.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's pretty high.
I remember like the first time seeing it, I'm like, yeah, that was really good. Seeing it again, the second time, it was even better.
Interesting.
I loved it the second time, and I thought for me, I was like, I knew exactly what happened, but I felt more tense when you have that last 20 minutes of like him. Like, I don't know what it was about it, but it just, to me, it was such a perfect second viewing, and I was like, that it's in there, it's locked, keyed, you know.
Wow.
That's it. So I mean, I think all the performances are wonderful. Matt Damon does a great job. Everyone does like a wonderful job. Like Kirsten Wiig and Jeff Bridges and Sean Bean. Everyone does a wonderful job. And
Donald Glover.
him. And,
Did you know like a lot of people on Reddit really hated his part?
That's
Really?
weird.
I really liked it.
I liked
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
that's good.
I liked everything. Like I love like the like really Scott knows how to shoot a movie just marvelously, just beautiful, and I love like the GoPro perspective and whatnot. That whenever he would cut to him or whatnot, or the way he would like the way we connected with him, and just the way it felt like Apollo 13 in a lot of ways. So like I love the movie and its look and its storytelling, and just you don't get a lot of comedies like this movie. So
Okay.
Yeah, joke.
great movie. Really enjoyed it the second time and solidified its number 9 spot for me.
Okay, my number 9. My number 9 was an emergency edition that was added 2 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Watch it 4 hours ago.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows. Have you seen it?
Right?
I just
That's
watched it
what
today,
I'm
too.
saying.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Wow.
why I was so pissed when they like with the Golden Globes
Yeah, I was
and like
thinking that.
Trainwreck.
Yeah.
I've been pushing you guys on this
Oh,
film
yeah,
since
I watched
January.
it today, yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
both watched it today.
Well, I didn't know he was watching it, so I was
Yeah,
watching
it's a
it right before I came.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
but
It's
yeah, man, just one of the most goddamn clever comedies
It's
I've seen in years.
so
It's
funny.
wonderful.
And the practical effects are outstanding.
Yeah.
And there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the stringing is like, it kind of looks bad, but like in a way that's like self-aware.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, it's supposed
charming,
to be cheesy, but then like all the gore effects were like surprisingly nice and effective, and it was, man, it's just one of those movies where like it had so much potential to become boring or become bland, and every time a scene was about to start approaching the part where it was about to get old, they would abandon it and start with a new idea.
Yep.
Like first, there's Nick who joins them, then there's the masquerade, and the thing with the cops was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And the werewolves, like
The werewolves were the
just
best part.
it was just a series of short scenes that were so fucking punchy and effective, and yeah, it's just so fucking great. Everyone should see What We Do in the Shadows.
And it's
I
at
agree.
a good 80 minutes, so it's just like
Yes,
like,
exactly.
watch,
It's
yeah.
just so easy to get through, and you could rewatch it and
It's
pick
so-
up on
it
things
also-
you missed.
Dude, it made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
I was crying in the theater. It's such consistently hilarious laugh.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's,
I love that film.
Yeah, that is a brilliant movie.
Keaton.
Yeah, Keaton.
Number 8.
Number 8. Sorry, I'm actually moving up What We Do in the Shadows.
I know. I'm changing a little bit as we go.
All right, so let me save that. It doesn't. It's not. Spoilers. It's not in my top 10, but
Okay.
I still fucking love that film.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 is a little movie called Spotlight.
Oh.
Oh.
Great film. Really powerful. performance, narrative driven, incredibly tight script, incredibly tight performances. It's all very purposeful, talented, but it's told in like journalistically. It's like it is no drama, no anything that is not necessary. There's like one scene where one person yells. Like it's very tight, very almost documentary-esque in the sense of like this is what happened, and it just leads you through this thing. And you would think that would make a film sterile, but it's so tense and gripping, and the performances just drive the film that you're like. At first, I was like, I don't know, I wasn't buying it super hard. But then once they start with the testimonies of the people who have been affected by it, I'm like, fucking. It felt like I was like watching like a thriller. Just like of how tense I was, you know. Great film, full of amazing performances, very clear, strong directing coming from the same guy who made The Cobbler. So
I know.
But he's I don't remember who the fuck directed it. I can't remember his name.
Tom McCarthy. Tom
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Very strong direction from him. Excellent ensemble cast. Like very minimalistic filmmaking, but very purposeful and strong.
What was your star rating on that?
I gave it 4.5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rock on.
Really, really good film.
Really good.
Also devastating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of, I was talking to my dad about it today because he loved it too, and it's like you're. I mean, obviously, right from the go, you're like, all right, I'm on board. I'm following this. But like, I think we've mentioned, as soon as they bring in the actors portraying the victims, and that's when you're just like, it just fucking punches you in the face. It's so tragic and heartbreaking, and man, those. I mean, for me, those actors doing those small roles just stole the whole film. They were like unbelievably amazing actors.
What the fuck is who? I don't know who is that.
I can't read that.
It's someone using big words to describe a hand job.
It has nothing to do with it, so don't worry about it. It could just be a spammer or something.
Great.
Those performances were fucking outstanding.
That's fine.
So, Justin, you're number 8.
My number 8 is a movie I've been looking forward to for a while since I saw the trailer for it. It is called The Assassin.
Oh, wow.
Fuck, I still want to see it so bad.
One of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. It looks amazing, and I love the story. The story is about like this assassin who's morally compromised. She has to go back to her village and kill this governor.
Morally compromised like Spock in Star Trek?
Yes.
Great.
Exactly.
Really?
No. But what I love about it, and this is, like, Nick, you love Asian cinema, but I don't know if you could get through this movie, because a lot of it is just it's long shots of just people, like almost, like, staring at one another, but it's like there's so much going on there between the characters and the emotion, and relationships and emotions and what's happening. So it's very, it takes its time. It takes a lot of time to get its point across, which I love, and I love that a scene like in The Assassin can take as much time as it wants to just do something. And I love it. I love everything about The Assassin, and I think it's just masterfully directed, and the martial arts in it is fantastic, and I think it's just a great story overall, and I really enjoyed The Assassin.
Cool. Well, I'll definitely still check it out.
Oh yeah, for sure, you should. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
My number 8, everyone's favorite movie of the year, was Burnt.
Not higher.
No, it's not that high, right, guys?
That's so high.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Woo, woo, woo,
I was
woo.
expecting at number 5.
Bradley. Gordon Ramsay. He's better than Gordon Ramsay. He's cooler than Gordon Ramsay. He's... I'm not gonna spend too long on this.
Please don't.
Everyone in the world hated this movie. Everyone.
Rightfully so.
Except me.
And Gordon Ramsay.
And Gordon Ramsay likes it. Because he produced it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything that you guys hated about it, that you described specifically, I loved. I love how cheesy it is. I think everything in the past, how you say, the stuff in the past is more interesting. I think it only serves to complement the present and make the present more interesting. I think all the relationships are cheesy and not quite believable, but nonetheless entertaining. And I like how it has a big heart.
It doesn't though.
Yes, it does.
All right, whatever. I don't care. I'm not invested.
It's 4.5. Easy 4.5. Alright,
4.5.
Keaton, you're number 7, baby.
Oh, all right. This will be a good bookend. So speaking of movies you love,
Uh-oh.
my number 7 is Bridge of Spies.
Oh.
Great film. I debated about this because I saw it and I fucking loved it when I saw it. I haven't seen it since, but like I imagine it's still just as good. Spielberg in the Cold War thriller, and it's like this, but it's a fucking Coen Brothers script, so it's like Tom Hanks and Mark Rylance, and it's a really strong cast, and it's just fun espionage. It's kind of like part Catch Me If You Can, part Tintin, with like the kind of, there's like this almost like sense of adventure and kind of like whimsy that goes through it, because it's still a political thriller, but it's Tom Hanks is very much just like this like no bullshit, like dryly sarcastic dude, and it's like there's a surprising amount of humor in it. But it's a tight script, great direction from obviously this indie filmmaker guy, Spielberg, and
Indie filmmaker.
yeah, it's great film, lovely. It is very and the cinematography is great, shot on 35mm, and it just has that like Spielberg magic. Like I liked it more than I liked like Lincoln. Like Lincoln was good,
I agree.
but like this had like
They had
such that Spielberg, like the motion and the movement that his films have, and the camera movement, like. At the end, when he comes home and he's like, here, I got you this like jam from London. And she's like, this is from the corner store. And he's like, yeah. And it just has that like beautiful, like with the kids seeing him on TV of like, this man solved this Cold War crisis. But it's like that slow like Spielberg pushing on the like face of the wife as she changes and she goes upstairs. She's like, oh my
And
God.
he's on his bed.
And he's on his bed.
Because he always wanted to go
Because he just
bed.
wanted to go home and get to his bed, and it was so sweet, and it was just like, I was so impressed that Spielberg, after all these years, is still able to like pull that out of his hat and be like, bam, that's
Still
a Spielberg.
killing it.
Slapped his name on it, still worked his ass off on it, still made a fucking awesome movie.
Steven Spielberg, most valuable player of the year.
MVP 2015. No, I'd give that to probably JJ.
Give it to JJ. Yeah,
JJ earned it.
JJ gets it.
Yeah.
He had a lot of expectations to live up to.
Yeah. My number 7 is also a political thriller.
Captain
Sicario.
Oh.
Sicario?
Sicario.
Captain America.
I love
That's a great
Sicario.
Yep.
It's
I don't know if I'd say political thriller.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
I'd say
Partially.
thriller.
Yeah.
It has a fantastic story, wonderful performances from Emily Blunt and Benicio del Toro, who fucking kills it. Josh Brolin even too. I love his performance.
Yeah.
And the guy from Black Mirror, who's in it, he's really good. Everyone does a great job in it. Masterfully shot, and the tension. I've never felt
Roger
such.
Deakins.
Roger Deakins killing it, and the tension
As
with
always.
the music and the whole border scene
Yeah.
was. And watching it again recently, I was like, "Fuck, this is still intense." Like I love it.
Oh, it's also Denis Villeneuve,
Thank you.
who did Prisoners and Enemy. Mainly, let's focus on Prisoners. He's
Prisoners,
also
Enemy.
doing Blade Runner 2
Blade Runner 2, yeah.
with Deakins.
Starts filming in July.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So I love Sicario. I thought it was just brilliant, and it's just it's a great movie about the gray instead of like the black and white. So
Yeah.
For sure.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It is a
Love
really great
love
film.
Sicario.
My number 7 was a movie in a genre I don't watch very much in because I usually can't put up with it, but it was It Follows.
Ooh.
Man, just what a fucking like punchy, gorgeous, like tense fucking horror movie.
It's
Like
really good.
I just from the opening shot, like every shot is so pretty. Like not just in its like in its setup and the actual angle of it, but like the color work and the composition.
for that.
Thank you, and the way everything moves and travels and the positioning of everything it's nice to look at, which is so refreshing for a horror movie that it's so pretty and colorful. But I mean the concept is just so gets under your skin
Yeah.
so quickly and just stays there, and it's like All the scares were really effective, but it wasn't like unbearably scary. It was never really unfairly scary. You know,
Yeah.
there's very few jump scares.
The best scare is definitely the hallway.
The tall guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah. That's just
that's
so
a
fucking
great
scary.
one.
Yeah, it's just really effective. Loved. I was so drawn in the whole way through in the concept. I mean, above all, the concept is it's so simple, but it's so effective.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I loved It Follows.
yeah. Great kind of homage to Carpenter's work too. Which
Yeah.
is
Super Carpenter. I remember
Yeah.
I went back and watched It Follows after getting the like Halloween 25th Blu-ray or something.
Oh, nice.
Or 35th, whatever, old. And I was like, oh wow, this is super Carpenter.
Like when they're walking in the neighborhood, it's like this is so Halloween. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
love it. Keaton.
Oh yeah, it's back to me.
Number six.
No, my
Moving
number
on up.
6 is, this is a tough one for me because my top 5 is
It's stacked.
really tight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I've debated about this, and I've gone back and forth. I've moved this all around so much, and number 6. I love this film to bits, but it just it couldn't break the top 5. I tried and I maneuvered things,
Yeah.
and it didn't. But it's
Avengers.
Danny Boyle's Steve Jobs.
Oh, nice.
I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
I'm like very frustrated that it didn't get more acclaim across the board.
Yeah.
It didn't do well in
Yeah.
theaters. It got reviews. It's like 92% Rotten Tomatoes. Everyone's like, yeah, great movie. And like,
They did it.
Fassbender's up for the Oscar.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get it because he's gonna go to Leo.
Yep.
But I mean, it's a fucking great film.
Yeah.
Impeccable scripts by Sorkin. So just filmic. So you're just
Mm-hmm.
like, this is just like, I'm watching people on film, and it's great. And he shot 2/3 of the movie, shot the first third on 16mm, second
Yeah.
third on 35, last one on digital. It's just like brilliantly acted and so brilliantly realized, with a very strong cast. I thought Kate Winslet was like disappointing. I thought she was fine.
I liked
think
her
she
a
was
lot.
like really good.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender was fucking amazing.
Destroyed
Yeah.
it.
He
was great.
just
Fuck
owned
yeah.
it so hard, and just seeing Fassbender with like Sorkin dialogue, like fucking go back and forth with Jeff
Seth-
Daniels
Oh yeah.
and Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen was really good.
I loved how
He was
uncomfortable he
excellent.
felt.
Yeah, he was
great.
like his mannerisms
Yeah.
and stuff. That was very. It was very like almost classic acting. You could tell Danny
Yeah.
Boyle has directed theater before.
Yeah.
It's very plays out like a play.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Danny Boyle was like really the right director to choose for that because he
Yes.
was he's a British trained like actor's director.
Yeah.
And he got amazing performances out of his actors
Yeah.
besides Kate Winslet. And yeah, I mean the relationship explored with his child was really interesting. But the film knew exactly what it wanted to do, and it did it, and it didn't waste time. And even though it was a long movie, it didn't waste time, and then it ended where it ended. It was like, we're going to show 3 specific segments to just give you this like idea of who this man was.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't try and be this all-encompassing like Steve Jobs was born and
Yeah.
December 2nd.
Has that great opening
1960.
scene with what's his name, the writer of 2001. What's his name, the writer of 2001?
Oh yeah, Arthur C. Clarke.
Arthur C. Clarke. Yeah.
Where it's like everyone's going to have a computer in their home.
Yeah. I thought that was great. That was a great opening scene.
It's a great film, and I
Mhm.
loved it, and I really want to watch it again. It's
Yeah.
like I can just watch that on repeat because it's just like
Mhm.
Sorkin's dialogue with Fassbender's face being a cocky, arrogant, narcissistic, like genius is just like
Yeah. I agree.
yeah. Oh, loved it.
Oh, I guess it's me. My number 6 is a little movie called Room. Not to be
Wow.
confused with Tommy Wiseau's
Fucking
The
number
Room, but
6.
Room.
God damn it! I want to watch that so
Uh,
fucking bad. God, I'm so frustrated. I haven't watched it yet.
Room
I
is
tried so hard.
Room is so spectacular because you get not only just, I think the best female performance this
Mhm,
year
yeah.
is definitely Brie Larson. Brie
Yeah.
Larson, just
Hands down.
hands down, just
Put him on.
I'll-
Put your hands on the table. We're done.
Brie Larson, best best female.
I think
performance
she's
of the
gonna
year.
take it.
She's gonna win it. She's got this in the bag. If she got everything else so far, she's in.
Yeah, she.
But
has.
yeah, she was phenomenal. The kid is amazing.
That's what I heard.
Their chemistry together and the way they act off one another is phenomenal. I could watch them be in a room and act together for
Well,
hours.
there you go. Yeah.
And the way the story unfolds and goes, it's so fascinating to watch. And it's, you know, it's heartbreaking, but, you know, it's uplifting and also sad. It's a wild range of emotions that I just adore. And Room is by far just one of the best movies I've seen in the last few years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Wow.
So
Yeah.
good. Definitely get
gotta
around
see
to
that before
it.
the Oscars.
Our top 10 is very different.
I
so
know.
far.
I love it.
I like it.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
it a
great.
lot. Have we?
We've
We
had
haven't.
no repeats.
No repeats.
That'll probably change.
Yeah,
soon.
Oh wow,
Change
you're
soon.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no repeats at all.
Yeah, that's nice.
15 different. Well, and now I'm gonna ruin that. Sorry. My number 6 is Steve Jobs.
Heyo!
Damn, Michael Fassbender. He's like, his style of acting is kind of fairly in line, at least the way I like to see it. With what I love about Tom Hardy is like they just so fucking every molecule of their being becomes this character. Whether it's some random, you know, Tom Hardy, some random guy in the old, you know, U.S. colonies struggling to survive, to a really famous genius like Steve Jobs. Like that was the whole movie for me. Is like it's shot great, the supporting cast is great, but Michael Fassbender just like. I was so fascinated and mesmerized by his performance of like seeing him in all these other movies and now how different he is now, and I just that's a movie that like the core reason I love it so much is it's something that I feel like I could study and analyze forever and like watch as like this is what I want to do with my life.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's like a masterclass, and I mean
Yeah,
Danny Boyle, like directing, like classically trained English Danny Boyle directing classically trained English Steve Jobs,
Yeah.
or Michael Fassbender with
Yeah.
an Aaron Sorkin script is like
yeah.
what the fuck is that? Like that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. It's
Good
just
shit.
just fucking phenomenal.
Good shit.
It's so good.
All
Top
right.
5.
Oh no!
This is all right. This is going to be a pretty controversial one for you guys.
Okay.
Oh no!
It's a movie that I said I think will be in my top 5 when I saw it, and I don't know if you guys remember how much I love this film.
Okay,
I'm trying to think back.
X-Men.
It's a film that Justin didn't like very much.
Oh no!
So what's that recurring joke we have about a gothic romance?
Oh my god.
Crimson Peak,
Kidding.
number 5, baby.
Crimson Peak, all caps, give me the exclamation marks! Yeah! Woo! Gothic romance!
Great. What do you like? Go ahead.
Excellent film, beautifully executed, beautifully realized.
Wow.
Cinematography, direction, acting,
Jesus.
incredibly tight
Wow.
script from Del Toro. Like super flew under the radar this year.
Yeah.
Really frustrated that it completely got snubbed Oscar-wise
yeah.
for art direction,
I agree with
costume design.
Yeah.
All of that's
Right.
completely beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, what some of the best of the year, if not the best.
Totally
Yeah.
best. Yeah.
And it got totally fucking
Snub.
stepped on by like Bridge of Spies, which like Bridge of Spies was great, but like come on,
But,
Crimson
yeah.
Peak production design way better.
I agree with that.
Acting was great, incredibly tight script, very well crafted, very like motif driven. For a film set in the you know early 1900s kind of turn of the century era, it didn't feel dated. It was never boring. It was always fun to watch. It was always intriguing. The
Right.
mystery was, you know, you kept pace with the film. You knew what kind of where things were going, but just enough to like be rewarded as you figured things out with her. It was just such a gorgeously realized film that I was just like, I watched it in theaters multiple times and I was just like, man, this is so beautiful, and it just feels like just cinema, you know. And he is Del Toro has such a strong understanding of the look of film. And
I
it helps.
agree,
It
yeah.
helps that it was a very strong script, but it just the way it was all visually realized, in addition to the direction of his actors and Tom Hiddleston and this kind of like weird, tragic romance, but also like him being conflicted between his sister and the ties to the house, and also the house was an amazing
great set.
piece in itself. It was a total character. And it was just like really well realized film that totally flew under the radar. So, and I struggled with that in the lineup a lot. And like, at one point Steve Jobs was ahead of it, but I was like, for Crimson Peak was also incredibly original for what it did. It was like, it took an old thing and made it new and added its own stuff to it, and it's brilliant. And so it's like, in just terms of technicality and like artistry, Crimson Peak, number 5.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel you.
At this point for me, my top 5 have become really difficult to move around and put together. But I feel like I wanted to love this one a lot more, but I do appreciate everything that it's done.
I know what it's gonna be.
My number 5 is George Miller's Mad Max.
Whoa! Did not expect. I thought that was gonna be Star Wars.
Oh man.
Oh no. I think everything that Mad Max does is spectacular.
Hey, give him a break. He saw 123 movies, and it's his number 5.
Yeah, I mean, one, I think it's a fantastic. Like, I think it's the best action film of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the best action films in like years. It's in a way innovative in terms of its storytelling, and it's captivating throughout the entirety of the film. It looks phenomenal. The production design, the cinematography. The way the costumes look, the Darth Vader kind of Immortan Joe type character. I loved him, and I just loved a lot of what the movie brought. And I love the Imperator. How do you say her name? Furiosa. Furiosa was a spectacular character, and I just thought the entirety of the film and the world building was incredible.
Oh yeah, some of the best in years.
Oh yeah, so Mad Max, Fury Road, number 5.
My number 5 is one that, man, since I first saw it, it got a place up in the top 10, like, I think immediately, or at least in like the top 12, and it's just kept creeping up there, and I have no idea how you guys are going to react to this.
Oh, no.
The Gambler.
It's The Night Before.
Huh!
I only saw it once, so maybe it probably needs a rewatch, but it's just the feeling I get when I think about it. It's just so, in terms of like, a really raunchy, over-the-top modern comedy, it hits all the fucking right beats that most movies in this subgenre of comedy have not done in years. Since like Anchorman, as far as I'm concerned, or maybe, I don't know, fucking Pineapple Express, but I think this is better than Pineapple Express. But it's just so like, and we talked about this. It's so pretty looking. Like,
it is very. Yeah.
It's simultaneously a raunchy modern comedy, a heartfelt bromance, and a Christmas movie. Like this is a full on Christmas.
Yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like kind of a Christmas movie, but it's like full on embraces all the cheesy, like cheery family shit, and all the lights and the Christmas trees and the parties and the gatherings, and takes a really nice modern spin on it. And man, there's the flashback of the night of what happened to Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite quick scenes of the year. It's just so powerful and it just catches you off guard. It's so effective. But yeah, man, I need to rewatch it. But as far as right now goes, it's one of my absolute favorites from the year.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the best comedies of the past year for sure. And for a Seth Rogen buddy comedy, it's definitely one of his better ones. For sure. I think he's getting better every time, with every new movie he comes out with.
Yeah.
So
Keaton,
number 4.
Let me double check it.
Yeah, I'm like considering mixing up a few of them
No.
right.
You can do it right now. Still,
I think I'm locked in. I've had these locked in for a while.
I gotta stay locked into this point. Yeah.
Number 4, Inside Out.
Wow. Yeah.
I think we've all had great things to say about it. We all gave it. Are you
we all gave it a 5.
Yeah.
That's the third act's best movie of the year in terms of ratings.
Oh yeah, in ratings. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like I think I said this before. It felt like the film Pixar has been waiting to make. It was just pure Pixar.
Yeah.
Brilliantly acted, directed. Just very tight script, very smart, clever, emotional, heartfelt, without feeling too pandering.
Yeah, not at all.
Excellent score, really good score.
Yeah, very good.
I listened to it like multiple times since seeing the film.
Yeah.
It captures it captures so many feelings that so many Pixar movies will do, but it was just so honest about it, and so like I just love that a huge blockbuster film will come out and be like, it's okay to be sad. Like that's such a powerful message and such an important film for kids these days to see.
Absolutely.
And where in an age where like there's tons of great animated stuff coming out, and so many people are just like think of them as kids films, and it's like this is both. This is a movie that kids can watch and will like relate to, but it will get them talking about emotional, communication and like how to deal with emotions in a very honest way with their parents and with
Yeah,
their friends. And I think it's a very important film, very well done. And I watched Pete Docter accept, I think, Best Animated Feature for it at the Golden Globes, and he just feels so earnest about it, and it comes from a great place, and it achieves all of its goals. It's a just technically brilliant film, really great film.
Very, very well put together. My number 4 is 45 Years.
Wow.
I've been wanting to see that.
I adore this movie. It's a romantic drama about two elderly couple who are about to celebrate their 45th year of marriage, and in that week, the elderly man gets a letter from someone he knew when he was younger that they found the body of his former girlfriend after she fell off a mountain and was frozen in the side of it, and they couldn't get her out until recently. So
Jesus.
he has these old feelings that start coming back to him in the marriage. Like, there was never any trouble with the marriage until he starts having these old feelings about her again, and the wife starts to question whether she actually loves him or not, and just puts the whole marriage at this weird topsy-turvy kind of drama, and it's really, really captivating, and it is by far the most authentic performances by two actors I've seen in, I think, in any, I don't want to say any film, but definitely one I've seen in a long time, where just the dialogue and the chemistry they have together is so real and authentic. I believed this relationship, and it's so heartbreaking and so captivating, and the two performers, the one of them's nominated for an Oscar, but the other should be too. They both did an amazing job.
So, do you think Jennifer Lawrence was better than her?
Fuck no.
Exactly. She won the Golden Globe. That's what I was saying.
Was she nominated there too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well, that sucks.
I know. That's why I was like, I refuse to believe Jennifer Lawrence was better than her.
No, yeah, 45 Years looks great. Story is amazing, and it has one of the best endings I've ever seen. Love it. I love it. It's so good. I love it. I'm gonna watch it again.
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
really bad.
I will at some point for the Oscar.
All right, Nick. Number 4, baby.
Number 4. Number 4 is a movie that, in terms of things you can do in a movie, disregarding any biases I have toward favorite genres, in terms of just technical qualities a movie can have that I will love, Sicario captured all of it.
Wow, that's higher than I remember it being.
Yeah, it's stayed in the top 10 since I saw it, and just very gradually kept sneaking up there, and I watched most of it today. Just the tension of it, the cinematography, the soundtrack, the acting, and the directing all come together to make Juarez just this fucking hell on earth, and it's so scary. When they get there, it's everything that has to deal with that culture of the violence there, and the drug war, and the gang violence. It's just so tragic and heartbreaking, and it's so, for me, I've always felt this way, that reality is more interesting and more fascinating than fiction could ever be. And this is one of those things that's grounded in reality. This shit fucking happens.
Right.
This is a culture in our world that exists not terribly far away from, the cultures we know and love here. It's so fascinating that they could capture these aspects in such a beautiful but simultaneously disturbing and horrifying way. And it's just, the fucking performances are amazing. The way the story goes is really intriguing. The way it ends is so petrifying.
It's haunting.
Haunting.
Yeah.
I just absolutely loved it. So that's my number 4.
Are we at 3 now?
Yeah.
Okay, top 3.
Here it goes. All right. Well,
don't disappoint us.
If no one else is gonna say it,
I've been waiting for it. Here we go.
Number 3, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Oh,
what's that?
Fuck. You're gonna do Force Awakens. Okay,
no.
There you go.
I don't even know what there is to say about it. Great film. It's technically not better than a lot of these on my list.
I understand. I agree.
But I thought about it really hard because I moved it around a bunch, and it was before I saw it was on my number 1 for a long time. And then I was just it's not a technically better film than and a lot of the precluding ones, but it's the way that made me feel, and the attachment, and the way it instantly cemented itself. And now now I think about it, it's just like, yeah, it's Star Wars Episode 7. It's a great film. And like the fact that everything came together to make this perfect storm of like JJ making a good sequel to Return of the Jedi is absolute insanity.
Yeah.
Like that's a miracle.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and every time I saw it in theaters, I cried, regardless of the fact that I can, realize flaws in it. It's still an excellent film by a lot of standards. Surprisingly well acted, beautiful imagery. It did the impossible in updating Star Wars and launching a new not only trilogy, it's a new line of films for Star Wars. Like it completely was this giant, just a massive amount of work put into it, and it was great, well acted, well written, progressive in its casting and in its lead choices, and just a lot of fucking fun. And it was like it addressed all the issues the prequels had.
Yes.
And really took those to heart, and you get the sense that JJ really listened to the fans, and it was like just it might not have been what people expected, or like I don't know what people what you can expect from that film, but the fact that we now have a great new Star Wars film is just amazing. And I'm just like I'm so there. I already have merchandise. I already have like. I just fucking love it, and it's now it just feels a natural progression into the next chapter of Star Wars, and that's like nothing I ever expected in my lifetime. So
it's a good bridge with old and new. So definitely, definitely go into more new territory. So I don't think it'll be as much like pandering. Like this is such a homage to Episode 4.
They had
but it's
so
like,
much to set up and transition away from that now 8 and 9 can be totally their own thing.
Yeah,
and I hope they have. As little, maybe even nothing to do with 4 through 6.
No Death Stars?
Nothing to do with 4. Oh my god, I know that's a joke, but please, for fuck's sake, no more Death Stars.
Just wait till Episode 9 where you get like the half-torn planets and they're building a new Star Killer base.
Jinx it!
It's like poultry and rhymes.
That would be awesome.
My number 3. Oh my god, I can't believe we're here.
This is it. This is a long time in
top 3 have definitely been very tough, but my number 3 is Pixar's Inside Out.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it other than it's super relatable. It's definitely a movie for our ages, but I think as kids grow up and they get to watch and get to understand more.
All kids forever can watch this movie and relate to it.
Oh yeah. I think it's a movie that's
timeless.
Yeah, it's timeless. Yeah. I think all the voice acting's great. I think it's the best looking Pixar film for me at least, and I think it's the best told Pixar film. It's great. I love it. It's great. Inside Out. Number 3.
Oh no. I have 2 movies here that are like just dead tied, and they've been going like this every day.
Gotta pick. Think long and hard. Well, think, and then.
This is a complete split between objective quality and bias.
How much you like
100%.
Great.
But for 3 and 2,
God.
I gotta think as a whole, what movie do I enjoy more? But there are.
Do you have Burn up there? Or you do have Burn too.
Yeah, it's Burn. And let's do that again.
There you go.
Pixels.
And Pixels.
Alright, I guess for number 3, I'll just do it. 3 and 2 are basically tied. I can't, it's too fucking hard. But as a whole,
you commit to it.
I gotta do Star Wars.
Nice.
Episode 7. Everything, I mean, we talked about it so much, but it's my bias is so fucking strong with the parts of the movie that I love. Everything with Poe Dameron. The opening scenes are amazing. Kylo Ren is my favorite character of the year. That's not an exaggeration. He is my favorite character of the year from anything.
Oh no!
But I didn't like anything with Maz Tanaka. I kind of actively disliked it.
Really?
I thought the third Death Star was too much. I was immediately like, oh no, please don't do this. But they did it. The ending, I didn't like the ending, so it's like, I don't know if this...
the last shot's brutal.
I love the ending, I just don't like the last shot.
I don't like either of them. But either way, it's just this mixed bag of things. of a number of things that are my favorite thing from the year, and a number of things that I weirdly really didn't like. So I don't know. It's got to be number 3. I mean, still, I could fucking watch it every day because it's goddamn Star Wars and it's got lightsabers and spaceships and shit.
Do you think by Star Wars Episode 25 you get tired of it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's you know, I grew up on it. It's so important to me that I gotta put it. Like, it's gotta be really high just because of that. And I know I could, regardless of how I dislike it, I could watch it probably every day. So yeah, you're number 2, baby.
Number 2. I don't see. I was gonna make a bad joke. Didn't work out. Go ahead.
Number 2.
Oh no!
Straight out of Compton.
No. Oh.
You probably still
A little movie called Ex Machina.
Wow.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I loved this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it again, and I still loved it. It's such a strong screenplay.
Yeah.
Incredibly strong script.
It's really good.
Very intelligent. Like, and it's so funny that I was talking to Matt the other day, and we were talking about movies from this year, and I was like, yeah, Mad Max is, or we were talking about Mad Max, and then I was talking about Star Wars, and he was like, oh yeah. Moral story, we're talking about movies from this year.
Okay.
I lost my track there. We're talking about movies from this year, and I was like, yeah, I actually put Ex Machina above Star Wars. And he's like, why? I saw that and I liked these things about it, but I didn't like the ending. And I was like, yeah, but I love the ending for these reasons. And we were able to have a discussion about like, okay, well, he's like, oh, I thought the you know, I didn't see why she turned on him. I was like, yeah, but she didn't turn on him. She was like playing him the whole time, and like all these. But the fact that we were able to like have this conversation about the implications of like artificial intelligence and the way they delve into emotions and like sexuality and like the way that relationship all plays with each other is what's brilliant about the film. Is it really makes you think, but it also has a lot to say without just being an indie vague think piece in the sense that they're like, oh, just you'll interpret your own thing. Like, no, it's very direct, very clear, has a lot to say, but it keeps it casual and like funny. Like the Oscar Isaac's character is this darkly humorous dude in a very serious kind of setting. It's incredible casting, very strong principal cast, great acting. Just such a, and I'm realizing in this top 10 that I'm a huge sucker for genre.
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
Like, just the fact that it is able to be such a smartly written sci-fi, like, brilliant artificial intelligence piece. I love it. Incredible film that I now own and I'm going to watch many, many times.
But you didn't get it for $4.
No, I got it for free.
Oh!
It was a gift.
He beat me!
Nice.
What can I say?
All right, number 2.
Yeah.
Number
Don't
2.
disappoint us.
Oof. Had a lot of expectations for this film just because I think the trailer for it was spectacular.
Is this what I think it is?
And I really couldn't believe just the way they were able to pull off a lot of things. So my number 2 is The Revenant.
Oh.
I he seems so disappointed with that.
I thought it was going to be something else.
No, I love The Revenant, and I think it's gorgeous. Everything about it, the cinematography is gorgeous. I love every scene. If the scene could be like 20 minutes longer each,
My God,
I would take
fucking miserable.
I would take a 9-hour cut of this film. I would.
Yeah, that sounds miserable.
I would end my life.
Yeah.
The funny thing about this is a little higher because of my theater going experience the first time.
Yeah.
But the second time I went to go see it at the Egyptian with a great audience.
I hear it's great at the Egyptian.
Holy, it looks even better at the Egyptian, and I was so it went for me. It went faster a second time.
That's so weird.
I loved it even more the second time, and I was like, "Fuck! I love this movie. It's so fucking great." And I thought Leo's great. Tom Hardy is phenomenal. And I loved everything about it. It looks great. It has an amazing score. I love the score, and it has a lot of things I love. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, as soon as I got out of that film, I saw it with my dad, and me and my dad both agreed, like, that was amazing, but I never want to watch that again. And he was like, do you think that's in your top 10? I was like, no, it's too hard to get through. But I bet it's going to be Justin's number one. That was pretty close.
It's close, but I was like, it's a near perfect
You,
film. And I
man,
loved
just
it.
looking at your list, you like slow movies that are sad and hard to get through.
And this is very character driven. I like just
Yeah.
character dramas more than anything. Except
I think
like the only weird
it
one's Mad Max.
increases from left to right.
What does?
The sense of like
I see.
like
Yeah.
like his is mainly like, you know, drama, like
Yeah,
very
heavy
intense
dramas.
and then mine is like that, but also mixed with like the huge genre influence. And
Mine
yours
is like-
just the complete opposite.
This is exactly
mine's
how
just
I
like
predicted
mine's
it.
like nice, lighthearted movies,
Right.
except for It
Sicario.
Follows and Sicario, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs.
It's not bad. Okay, number 2.
Oh fuck me. You know what it is, baby. King of the Year, Mad Max, Fury Road.
Not number 1.
Oh, I know what that makes
Yeah,
number one.
I bet you do.
Oh my god, if I think what number 1 is, I'm gonna fucking throw up on you.
Wow, you're fucking rude. This is my opinion.
No, it's great. No, I'm excited.
Mad Max was, yeah, it's just so, everything about it is just such masterful filmmaking. Like, they could have, I mean, and they, for a lot of people, you know, praise it for its action sequences, as they should, they're fucking phenomenal. But it isn't just an awesome action movie. Like, the writing between the characters is great. I love the minimalist dialogue. I love how everything is portrayed through looks and actions and people doing things as opposed to, like, we gotta do this now, we gotta go here. They just fucking do it. And, yeah, the world building is probably the best I've seen this year. Like, I remember being in theaters the first time I saw it because I was like, I've never seen Mad Max, but everyone talks about this, so I'll go see it. And I think I might have mentioned this. Somewhere in like the 15-minute mark, I cried.
I remember.
Like, just a tiny bit because I was so overwhelmed with how much I was loving what I was watching.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
like I actually like was smiling and laughing, like oh my god, this is so fucking good. Like, that's legitimately just how enraptured I was by it. The world building is so immensely deep, and they establish so much with like quick lines of dialogue,
Yeah.
really fast lines of dialogue. But they're so good at. I think above all, Mad Max is masterful at guiding your focus, like physically, like where the camera looks in terms of what you're supposed to be looking at, and through dialogue in terms of like how the camera works, how people speak, how the writing is delivered, of making all the most important things stand out so you can appreciate everything else that much more and branch out. But yeah, just fucking easy 5 out of 5 for me still.
So, our number 1s. Do we want to... So, Keith,
Oh no.
recap all your movies and then give us it.
So yeah, number 10, Hateful Eight, Carol, Spot. Man, there's so many heavy hitters in here. Bridge of Spies, Steve Jobs, Crimson Peak, Inside Out, Star Wars, Ex Machina. I think we all know what's gonna go in my number 1
Here we go,
spot.
baby!
Shaun of the Dead.
Mad Max Fury Road. Best movie.
Witness Ah, shiny and chrome!
Okay, go ahead.
Best movie of the year. I just put it on before I left to come down here
Good
because
man.
I was like, I need to I was like, that is a big statement. I need to reconfirm this.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing it in theaters. I was so blown away because I was like, these films don't get made anymore.
Right.
This
Yes.
does not
Yeah.
get made. How the fuck this is? I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is a film that like should not have gotten made, and it did. Some studio gave George Miller like $100 million to do it, and that's insanity.
Yeah.
Like, it's this bizarre, like, hard sci-fi, dystopian, post-apocalyptic, you know, only it's a kind of based, it's like a franchise thing, but also
Yeah.
it could very much just exist on its own.
It's its own thing,
Like,
yeah.
it catches you up in the first 5 minutes with the, like, when the world fell, you know, like
Yeah.
the whole, like, his dialogue, and it was like, you very much got cut up to speed really fast. It's like, I used to be cop, now I'm this. You don't need any other film for clarification of that. It can
Yeah.
very well be its own film.
It's, yeah.
And it's amazing. The practical effects are absolutely game changing in terms of cinematography. In terms of filmmaking, this was the most important film to come out this year.
Yes.
In terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
changing the landscape of film going forward, it reminded filmmakers that this can happen. These are movies that can be made. No one tries to make these movies anymore. Like, no one takes that 100 fucking cars out into the middle
And
of
it
the desert
destroys
for like
all of
6
them.
months
Yeah.
and blows them up and like does the 100 practical war boys like
Yeah.
on like it's insanity. The production design is like, it reminds me of like the old school 90s, but like looks way better. The old school 90s like huge budget films like Waterworld that would have this insane production design and insane everything, but they were always like bad and overblown and kind of overproduced.
Yeah.
But this was like that modern, only way fucking better with amazingly strong direction from George Miller. The acting was great. The physical, especially the physical acting, because there was such little there was so much communicated in visually, and it was a very visually story
Yeah.
told, whatever. Visual storytelling was very strong,
Yeah.
and you could tell that he very clearly storyboarded the entire film because it
Yeah.
played out frame by frame,
Yeah.
played out shot by shot, not in dialogue. He storyboarded. They started shooting on storyboards and then brought in the dialogue like on set, pretty much. Like he did not have a script going into shooting,
Right.
and that's insane. That's not how you make movies. And that's somehow someone trusted George Miller enough to go out and be, you know what? You made a few Mad Max movies. They're pretty good.
You made Babe.
Yeah, you made Babe. That, I guess, was a film.
Powerhouse.
You did Happy Feet,
Right.
Well, you trust you.
Right, and so they handed him a ton of money, went out there, trusted his vision, and it paid off. And it's just this miracle of a film. Like I was watching it and I was like, you can't do this anymore. And in a world of CGI and just so much oversaturation of that, it just was like hard physicality, and it was just this brutal world that was so well realized in the art department, the production design, the makeup, the vehicles, the whole everything art department related in that film was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
And it's such a specific, intense vision, and so unique, and so strong and important that you're like, this is just the most important film of the year for me. Like it's going it made a strong impact on film.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, in the sense that it got nominated for many Academy Awards.
Yeah, that was
which is the
insane.
first time
Yeah.
an action film like this has been nominated for this many, like an action dystopian sci-fi film.
Yeah.
Been nominated for this. I mean, since
Represent.
maybe District 9, but District 9 wasn't nominated for this many. This
Yeah,
has,
Not nearly.
in addition to Best Picture, Best Director for George Miller,
Yeah.
and then all the technical categories.
I would say this is like as far as like as you can go back to Star Wars when it came out. Like
Right.
that's like that changed it, and
Right.
it was such
Yeah.
a big
That's
film.
I
This is
actually
it.
remember
Like,
saying that on
yeah.
our podcast. I was like, this is kind of going to be the closest thing we have equivalent wise to like seeing Star Wars for the first time, in the sense of like, you just go out of the theater and you're like, I didn't know that could happen in movies.
Yep.
And like that's what it must have felt like for Star Wars. And so yeah, I love it, and I put it on before I left, and it immediately solidified.
Yeah.
Like, and also the soundtrack's fucking amazing.
It's great,
And it's like very, very classical, like old school classical fast music, like orchestral music, updated with like the guitar. But it's like you can tell it's very intelligently written, and someone who knows a lot about composing did it. And it's a great across the board.
Absolutely.
Excellent, fucking beautiful, perfect film.
That's right.
Nice. All right, my number one.
I know what it is.
I don't.
I'll go through mine real fast. So, number 10, Spring. Number 9, The Martian. 8, The Assassin. 7, Sicario. 6, Room. 5, Mad Max Fury Road. 4, 45 Years. 3, Inside Out. 2, The Revenant. I didn't expect to come across my favorite film of the year so early in the year. I didn't expect it to stay at number 1 for as long as it did.
Oh.
To me, it's the perfect film in a lot of ways.
I'm so confused.
I know exactly what it is.
And I think everything about it is spectacular. My number 1 film of 2015 is Ex Machina.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I thought it was way different. Never mind.
No, what did you think of
I
it?
thought it was Jurassic World.
Oh,
No,
fuck me.
I will get to that. That was a big battle. Because that was at number 3 for longest time. So Ex Machina, I adore. I loved everything about it. I went into it completely blind. This came out in March.
Yeah.
And it is
Still up
spectacular,
there.
yeah. And it's still like I was surprised that every movie that came after, I'm like, it didn't beat Ex Machina. No, Ex Machina is still my favorite. I think it's Ex Machina. I didn't like for me leaving a theater and not thinking about the star rating and being like, oh, what was it? That's a 5. That is a perfect 5. That movie was perfect in every way, shape, and form. The acting from everyone is phenomenal. Like Oscar Isaac, 10 out of 10. Give that guy more roles. Donald Gleason, great. Alicia Vikander, really fucking great. The cinematography is gorgeous. I love the color in the film, the composition, the way it's shot, the music. It's dramatic. It's kind of action packed. It's comedic. It's horrific. It has a lot of genre elements in there that really works. The storytelling is amazing, and I love the ending and the last shot and the fly up to the mansion and just everything about it felt like I don't know. I adored it so much, and I think to me it's a perfect film.
Yeah.
So Ex Machina is my number 1.
Very nice.
So.
Okay. Bringing it home, baby.
I know what Nick's is.
Yeah, probably do. Probably both do.
Yeah.
Going in ascending order for number 10 was Joy. What We Do in the Shadows. Actually, and I keep looking at that. I think it should be higher as time goes forward. I think that'll...
Probably ahead of Burnt, at least.
Please.
Probably ahead of It Follows, yeah. Burnt, It Follows, Steve Jobs, Night Before, Sicario, Star Wars Episode 7, Mad Max Fury Road. My number 1 is a movie that I have the highest, most unfair bias towards in the entire fucking universe, and that's totally okay with me. In terms of everyone had those expectations for Star Wars. This was the only movie that I thought could possibly rival Star Wars. I didn't think it would, but it turns out I loved it more because I have such an attachment to it personally, is The Last 5 Years.
Oh.
What?
Yep.
That is not.
I was expecting the Avengers.
I was
Ultron.
Oh,
I
I
was
forgot
expecting
about that.
Inside Out.
Oh,
You didn't put
interesting.
Inside Out.
What, Inside Out didn't make it?
Nope, not at all. It's like number 20 or something.
Whoa.
I thought you gave it 5 stars.
I did. Objectively, it deserves a 5, but it's really
The
fucking...
last 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah, I mean,
that's. I'm glad it's not Avengers.
I mean, like you guys know, this has such a monumentally, unbelievably personal meaning to me because, like, I'm trying to pursue theater now as a profession and make it as a career.
Right.
And this was the first musical I fell in love with,
Nice.
like ever, like 5 or 6 years ago, and it's stayed near the top since then. The only things that have really knocked it out is like Hamilton, but. And so getting this, I rewatched it this last week, and I don't know, just getting this, getting to finally have a visualization for something I've had in my head for 6 years, and it actually met my expectations of what I wanted and what I expected. It was like, I never thought that could possibly happen, but it did. And it's just a movie that I know I could not necessarily watch, but put on every day because, I can sing along to it, I can look up at it and appreciate the artistry of it, and it just has fucking... It surpassed my expectations of what I wanted my favorite musical to look like. And it's just my favorite movie of the year, baby.
Very nice, man. I was so happy. I was like, it's
Avengers.
fucking Avengers. And we just said,
No, yeah.
expectations Star Wars. Like, what the fuck? You put Avengers on the same level? No, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that is our